journaling time.
Oh yeah, party people. How's everybody doing this fine evening? Welcome back to Journal Party
Wednesday.
Live. Alex and Alex coming to you live from sunny Los Angeles. We got Linda's in the house. What's up?
Linda.
What's up? Geeky Witch is
Linda.
here. Jen's here from
Jen.
Oregon.
Love Oregon. Hello.
How's everybody's week going? Let us know in the chat. I know I've just been getting back into it. I had a wild party weekend. My friend turned 40 and I was in Orlando doing silly stuff, but it was a real good time. But now I'm back to reality, back to work. But you know what? My favorite part about being in the work week is that we have Wednesday nights, Journal Party Live. Set the vibe.
Hi,
Kathy's in the house. Got Gabby's here too.
Hi,
Good, just
Gabby.
hot. Miss
Hello, welcome.
Chris Kish, first timer. All right. Well, everybody, welcome our first timer, Miss Chris Kish. Let us know anybody else too if this is your first time.
Yeah.
Geeky Witch says, "Rub in the warmth. Why don't you?"
Right?
I mean, I don't know anything else. It kind of blows my mind. Although actually, when I was in Orlando this weekend, it set a record for like one of the lowest temperatures ever. And actually, it was colder in Orlando than it was in Alaska on Sunday.
That is insane.
It was
is
like
not
25
normal.
degrees or something like that. And one of the fountains at Disney froze.
Wow.
Deidre says, "Hey, Journal Party family, tuned in, still working." All right. Everybody's doing good. Well, Miss Chris, I'm glad you had a chance to join us this evening.
Hi,
What's up,
Mama.
Mom? Let me give you the skinny on how this works since you haven't been here before. It's pretty simple. We have a really cool thing we call the Journal Party Guided Journaling app. This is actually a new unreleased version. It will be released soon enough, but you can also just go to journalparty.com and find our old app on there. And it works very similarly. Basically, we have all sorts of really great guided journaling programs. And they're just guided journal prompts with timers and normally player controls so you can kind of go at your own pace. But for tonight, I will be streaming the program on my computer, and my wife here, Alex, and I will take turns reading the prompts, and we'll journal alongside you. And then at the very end, we all hang out, we talk, we share our insights, we do life together. We journal through life together. It's a good, awesome thing. I think you're really going to like it. Mary's in the house, so you know it's going to be a good sesh.
I do.
Gabby says it feels like summer.
It does. Southern California is rather warm right now.
Got Chandra's here. All right.
Here.
All right. Terry Ann, staying warm. Good,
Ooh,
good.
Yeah, it must be very cold there.
All right. We got some welcomes for you, Miss Chris Kish. All right, folks. Well, let me give you the background on what we're doing today. So, we've been talking a lot lately about how stuff is just wild and crazy in this world. And it's hard, like, even if you try your hardest to stay out of it or to like keep the peace, and it's so easy to just focus on the stuff you don't like. And, the other day, girl Alex came home from a journey out and she had a really nice day. She had all sorts of great stuff planned. But like her whole day was rocked just by having to, drive through a certain part of town. And, the reminders all around us that, some things just really need a lot of work. And you know what? There's no hiding from that. A lot of things really do need a lot of work. And for a while, both of us were just kind of like lamenting all the stuff that's kind of gross around us and like the stuff that we don't like. But you know what? I've also lived on this green earth long enough to know that, that's not the kind of place that we want to be dwelling. And so, almost immediately I was thinking, well, like, what do we want to be journaling about this week? Especially, like, how have I been feeling? How have we been feeling? And with all that stuff going on, I think it's really important to really reach for the headspace that you want to be in. With all the chaos, all the craziness going on, and stuff you don't like, it's really easy to think that that's all life is made up of. I mean, if you spend enough time on social media, it will certainly make you feel that way. But the reality is there's a lot of really good stuff, and all the bad stuff is only so bad. I mean, it's obvious, it's objectively bad, but it's as bad as it is because you can compare it to something that is opposite, something that's not that. And there's a lot of that if you actually take a look. So tonight we have a program called What I Love, and so we're going to take some time to look at the people, the places, the little moments, the things in our lives that bring us joy, the things that make us happy to be here, the things that make us want to participate and want to celebrate and want to, be better. Just go out there and make this world what it ought to be, as opposed to, what we don't like about it so much. So I thought we could create a positive headspace for us this evening. We got 5 journal prompts for you. It's going to be about 20 minutes of journaling. And then at the end, we're all just going to hang out. Like I said, share insights, do life. All right, Alex, you feeling the odds or the even prompts this evening?
Let's go with odds. So I will start us off.
Odd ones. All right. Sounds good. All right. Let me know when you're ready, chat. I hope you're all ready because it's time to get this party started. You ready, Alex?
Yes, let's do it.
All right.
Think of a person who makes you feel completely safe to be yourself. How does their presence change the way you move through the world? And what feelings come up when you picture their face?
All right, get ready for prompt number 2. Recall a physical space where you feel an immediate sense of belonging or peace. What specific details of this place do you love most? And how does your body react when you imagine being there right now?
Consider a hobby or activity that makes you lose track of time. What is it about the process that brings you such deep satisfaction? And how do you feel about yourself while you are engaged in it?
Reflect on a specific quality or trait you possess that you have grown to appreciate over the years. How has learning to love this part of yourself changed your daily life, and what thoughts arise when you acknowledge its value?
Imagine a sensory experience. A
You're
sound.
muted, bub. I'll get it. Imagine a sensory experience, a sound, a scent, or a texture that consistently brings you a sense of comfort. Why does this particular thing hold such a special place in your heart? And what emotions does it evoke when you encounter it? All right, we did it. See the turtle throwing the confetti for us? I programmed that.
Can you hear me or no?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I think maybe you unplugged your mic or something. Well, welcome back. We're glad to have you. I'm very eager to hear how you found these prompts. Also in the chat, definitely let us know.
Yeah, these prompts were wonderful. Of course, as you stated in the beginning, I had an especially rough day this week, just driving through some areas of LA where, people and animals are living in squalor and they're on a lot of drugs and just openly doing drugs. And, it was just one of those
Not the animals, hopefully.
What? No, not the But it was
Sorry,
just
a little dark humor. I can't help myself.
it's just, again, it's just sad and just a harsh reality of how, a lot of people in this country live. And it was just, it was just devastating. And again, another wild week in the news and whatnot. So I think just the combination of all of it was really disheartening. And I remember, I think I even called you on my way home. I was just so
Yeah.
overwhelmed by what I was seeing, and it just the emotions. It was,
And
you
you were
know,
like coming back from a facial too, right? Like
yeah,
something
I
super.
coming back from a facial, like I should have been feeling good. I did some self-care. And what's nice is that I was able to come home to the person that makes me feel the safest, and that's you. Yeah, and thankfully I have a lovely mother and sister and friends who also make me feel
Mhm.
very safe. But you are my go-to since you have the luxury of dealing with me on a daily
It is a
basis.
luxury. I do appreciate it.
And but anyways, it was just, again, nice knowing I was coming home to not only you and our pet, and just, I could kind of relax. And you kind of kindly reminded me that everything is going to be okay. There's still lots to be grateful for and happy about. So that was wonderful. And yeah, just reflecting on like a physical space that makes me feel, immediately at peace. I
Mhm.
spent the weekend while you were out of town in San Diego, my hometown. And one of my favorite things has always been to sit by the water and watch the sunset,
Mm.
especially with a loved one. I was with a good friend of mine, Amanda, and I had our dog with us. And, it's just one of those moments where, you're literally surrounded by several other people. We're all there to enjoy the same thing. Everyone's kind of quiet and mindful, and it's just such a peaceful environment. And I would love to kind of recreate that feeling on a more regular basis at some
Yeah.
so we'll see what our where our future takes us, and where we end up living someday. But it's just it really is extremely beneficial to yeah, enjoy a sunset by a body of water if you can. It's
Yeah.
talk about a luxury, but it's I'm so grateful that it's something I was exposed to as a kid, and I love going back, and it just kind of instantly brings me back there. So
Yeah, well, nature's cool, and you know what? I mean, as much as it's like a luxury, like there's a lot of nature that is as therapeutic and just totally free, right? Like it's not like you needed a bunch of expensive stuff to make that moment happen. You just needed meaningful stuff, like the things that you actually care about, good people, and your dog, and um, yeah, I think it's nice to get in touch with that. Like one of the things that kind of realizing is, I mean, like yeah, there's a lot of craziness going on, a lot of negative stuff to pay attention to, but like if you think about it, like there's so much going on at once. It's like it's kind of a shame to like only pick out those things, and it's like just amazing, like just shifting the lens that you're looking through a little bit, and how much different that can make you feel. And that's not to ignore or deny like the truth of what's going on. And obviously, we want to show up and try to make the world a better place. I think hopefully that's a common goal here. But it also, that starts with us, right? Like nobody's making the world a better place when they're in that state where you're spinning out, and all that
yeah.
stuff is going on. So yeah. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You are also my person. I think like I was there was a few different people that came to mind, but I would say like you have the most context and understanding of like who I am today, and we've been together for a long time as well, so that history is there too. So yeah, it's really nice. I mean, to be able to have like the things that really light me up be mostly at home. I mean, it's like you don't have to go very far to get in touch with the things that actually matter to me, and so that was nice. The hobby one was interesting for me. I talk about like not denying like the truth of situations. Like I've been a musician basically my whole life, but if I'm honest, I have not been making music like at all. And that's not to say it's like totally out of my life. I think I go through waves and phases with it, but like uh, I have noticed, like, I have picked up some new hobbies that like kind of scratch the same itch. Particularly with like the web development stuff that I'm learning how to do and all that. Like just being able to be creative and feel clever and feel powerful because like it's something that's kind of hard, but if you take the steps to learn it, like you can produce something that people might really enjoy, and I really love that. And the one thing that I kind of comparing those hobbies is like I really miss like the collaboration part of the of like making music, like and I think that's probably why I don't make so much anymore, because it's like, all right, it's kind of fun doing it by myself, but not nearly as fun as like getting in a room and like jamming with your buddies or something like that. And so I don't know, maybe there's a version of that where I'm doing more jamming. I mean, honestly, ever since you started showing up on these lives, they're way more fun, and so that's one of the ways that sort of shows up. I mean, I guess that's not the programming stuff, but the stuff that we're creating, like that was like the meat of it all. It's like, oh yeah, like wherever I'm able to to create. And then the other thing was it was nice to like acknowledge something that I think I'm like good at, or like that I value within myself. And the thing that came up for me was like resilience, and it was kind of like double edged, because it's like on one end, like, or on one hand, like I sort of like don't love that I have to be so resilient. Like I don't love that life is so hard that it demands that sort of resilience from you. But like at the same time, I've been knocked down a lot, but I've gotten up every time and gotten better. And like to actually create some space to acknowledge that, like, I mean, you know me, I don't really like toot my own horn a lot. And I not that that's a good thing to aspire to do, but like I can be unforgiving sometimes with myself, or like a little bit hard on myself. And it was nice to like have some space like within that prompt to be like, all right, attaboy, like, all right. And it's also the kind of thing where it's like, well, it's not like now go take a break. Not that I don't need the breaks, but I don't know. It was I found some value kind of digging into the stuff that I loved here. So I see.
Yeah.
Go for it.
That prompt in particular was really nice, because I think most of us can acknowledge that we don't give ourselves enough credit on a daily basis, and not unless you're journaling or really sitting down to reflect, you actually look back at your life and who you are and be like, okay, wow, like I did that, or this is who I am, and be proud of that. So I hope everyone tapped into something about themselves that they can be really proud of and really hold on.
So I know your mic kind of cut out on the last one. Did you have a thing that you thought of, or like a sound or anything? That was kind of a fun one that I threw in there.
I because of the sound issue, I was trying to figure that out, so I didn't do much. But something this is so embarrassing. I really like Brussels sprouts. I really like crispy Brussels sprouts, and that was a sensory thing. I had last night for lunch. I'm thinking about them again. I love the sensory of a crispy Brussels sprout, and that is as far as I got on that one. But that's
amazing. I started with a big fluffy blanket that you got, and just like that whole vibe that we have when we're all hanging out in the living room together. But also then I was thinking like the sound, like, do I have like a sound that I really love? And I can't believe I didn't think of it first, but like my whole meditation mantra that I learned years ago, that's like been with me the whole way. And like when I actually pay attention to that sound in my head, like how it brings me to like peace and relaxation, all the things that I want and chase everywhere else, but the one thing that I have like a way to do it with. Not that I don't meditate, but I mean, I've been engaging with that a little bit more lately, and it's so funny. It's like whenever I do it, whenever I'm good about it, it's like, why do I ever not do this? And it's I don't know. I guess it's so easy to just let things fall by the wayside, or to get swept away in what's happening in your life. And these reminders are really good, I think, because it's like we all have different ways that we operate, different protocols and stuff like that, but they're there. Like you've all been alive long enough to kind of know how you tick and what's going on, and hopefully every day we just get a little bit better. I think that's so let's see what we have in the chat here. Chandra says, yeah, it can definitely bring you down. I think she was talking about like all the stuff like that you were, driving through the other day. And that was kind of intense. It's hard. It's all over. It's all around you. Like, I mean, there's a lot of good, there's a lot of garbage out there, and it's like, well, we're all hurling through it together, so we got to find some way to be okay. Speaking of being okay, Kathy says my safe space is a hiking trail upstate New York where there's a bench that overlooks a marsh with ducks, frogs, and the sounds of nature, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. And that gets cut off, bringing me inner solace. There we go.
Sounds beautiful and so relaxing. And talk about sensory, all those sounds and sights. And you described it perfectly, Kathy. Like you're very well written. It sounds absolutely lovely.
Pictures. We want pictures. Oh, but you can keep it for yourself too, if it's yours. Miss Chris Kish, our first timer, says, yes, I said the same thing. I love the beach and being by the water. Yeah. There's something about it. I think I was trying to figure out, like, why do I love staring out at like just endless ocean? And I think there's like this idea of just maybe being able to like cast your worries or your concerns out and let them like disappear into the horizon or something like that. But also I think it's just like sheer perspective, because I kind of get the same feeling. Like, remember when we went to Sedona and we were just surrounded by these like magnificent like landscapes, and like, talk about perspective, just like that perspective, like seeing how like grand and how much bigger some things are than you, yet how beautiful and like majestic they can be, like without anything that you got going on, having to contribute or be a part of it. Not to say that we aren't all valuable and we don't all show up and contribute, but like, isn't it nice to kind of let go of all that for a minute and realize like, wow, like this is crazy awesome, and just kind of like sit in that piece of that. I love that.
Absolutely. Totally quiets the mind and you just get to absorb it all. It's beautiful.
Jen says the ocean at sunset or sunrise is so relaxing. Yeah, I mean those particular moments as well too. I mean, it's kind of funny. I grew up in South Florida watching the sunrises on the beach, and now I'm on the other coast and I get to watch the sunsets in the water. So pretty cool. I'm spoiled. Geeky Witch says the scent was an easy question. The scent of lilacs on the breeze always brings me back to memories sitting with my dad when I was a teenager, and we would just chat about whatever. I miss him. That's such a sweet and tender memory. And what do they say? Like, isn't scent memory like one of the biggest things, like to be able to bring back those kinds of memories? So well, I hope you enjoyed kind of spending some time in that space. I have some similar ones with my late father, because he was such an amazing chef. He was always in the kitchen, and like every now and then I'll catch like a whiff, like in either walking by a restaurant or something like that, where it's just like it smells kind of like what he had going on, and I just think like how he had the tunes cranking, how his whole vibe was, and I'm just like, oh, I miss you, man. I miss you so much.
Yeah, what a lovely memory, Melissa.
Kathy Poo says 3 hobbies: reading, writing, and painting. One is an escape, one is an inward journey of healing, the other is creative expression. Love that. I love how you like compartmentalize them too. I mean, sounds like you've got your toolbox really organized. I love it.
That's great.
Jen says, love my husband dearly, but my identical twin sister, I can be myself with no fear. We might disagree, but we are womb mates. I almost read that as wombats. We are womb mates. And we'll always be there for each other. Speaking of wombats, I should probably make a party animal as a wombat. I need to look at what those look like. But anyway, Jen, what a nice thing to share. What a cool thing to share too. Like, I've always wondered what that's like. And I always kind of felt bad for like the twins that I grew up around and stuff. Cause you get all they must get all the twin questions. Like, do you guys dream the same dreams? Like, when she gets cut, do you feel it in the other room? Or like, let us know if you get any of those annoying things. But like at the same time, like, do you also feel like maybe that there is some connection that is a little deeper? I mean, obviously it goes, even deeper than, your own spouse. So pretty crazy. What a trippy thing that there can be like 2 identical-ish people. But I mean, let us know. Are you guys different? Like how's the internal stuff going on?
Super interesting.
Very interesting. Jen says resilience is a great trait. Yeah. Well, what's Michael Caine and Batman? Why do we fall, Batman? To get back up. I think about that sometimes more than I. No, it's a good thing to think about.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my room. All right. Gabby says, I've always loved the ocean, the dolphins and whales that rarely jump out in the air. Ooh, Alex and I spent a month whale watching a couple of years back. And that's one of my treasured memories, like going out there and yeah, like these massive creatures, or, you know, dolphins aren't even that massive, but just the intelligence and like the carefree way that they do it. And I always kind of wonder though, like, they've got to have some kind of drama going on under the sea, right? Like, do we just give them weight? Like, I feel like we give them all this credit, like they're down there meditating all the time or something. Maybe they are, but like, what if they've actually got like this whole, like, you know, what if they've got the head garbage that we've got? Like, what, Alex, what if there's like Real Housewives of the Dolphins or something like that?
Well, I mean, I would watch it. I'd watch it for sure. I'd like to think that they're just living this. Actually, over the weekend, my friends who are recently married described they went diving with humpback whales and swimming with them in Bora Bora. And I just thought, oh my God, that sounds incredible. Can you imagine being in the water next to these massive, majestic creatures? It's, you know, it scares me a little bit just because they're so massive and foreign to us. But I would love to do that at some point in time. Swim with some whales for sure. And you're gonna have to swim with sharks too, because they're there too. But
I'm so afraid of sharks.
me too.
But
Me too.
I would do it for love, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? If any of the whales have like the Real Housewife thing going on or got some drama going on, it's got to be the orcas. I've been seeing all these videos lately where orcas are just a-holes. Like they will like zoom up and launch a seal like 40 yards into the air and then like jump up and bite it in the air, like just because they can, like just, or come up with like innovative ways to like, you know, confuse like puffer fish and all this stuff. They get into all sorts of silly antics.
They've been
Crazy.
attacking boats and stuff, which, you know, interesting. But I've also seen people who are, you know, surfing and who are kayaking and stuff, and they'll come up next to them, but they're really gentle. So it's really interesting. I think they hold space for both. They can be little terrors, and they can also be these like peaceful, curious creatures.
Like humans. There's, you know, there's just some jerks out there.
Sometimes they're not in the best mood. Other times they're just curious and want to check you out. I don't know.
I feel like I gotta pull just in case people don't know what I'm talking about, I gotta pull like the Whales Are Assholes compilation or something and post it.
Well, you can all look into that after this.
Kathy says Ascent, Jean Nate, that my mom had the entire collection when I was growing up. When life is crazy and I need a more adultier adult to let me know I'm doing okay, I spritz some in my room to center me. Oh, that's really sweet.
Oh, that's very beautiful.
I put on Anita Baker. Like, I guess whenever I was like sad as a little kid, my mom would put on Anita Baker and like hold me and dance with me. And so I like every now and then, like when something I don't like or something bad happens, I call her. I'm like, Mom, I need a Baker. Because I didn't know it was Anita Baker. I thought she was saying I need a Baker. And so I would come up to her being like, Mom, I need a Baker.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's amazing.
Gabby says, sound off. The ocean is my thing for sleep lately. Oh, I do love some ocean sounds to fall asleep for sure.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ocean is my thing lately is my sleep meditation. And it really helps. Yeah, lots of good sound effects. We got some of those in the new Journal Party app, by the way. That's a new feature that I have added. All sorts of ambient sounds and tunes for y'all to listen to. Kathy says, I'm with Guy Alex with resilience as a trait that I've grown to appreciate about myself. I'm not a superhero, but I have the internal powers they show outwardly. Yeah. I mean, it's like you just keep going. It's never going to always, you know, be I think what, you want. But I'm also often surprised at how much better it can be if you just keep going. Just keep swimming, as they say. Gabby says, talk about sleep meditation. I've downloaded a few, including sounds for sleep. Oceans is the best sound. Yeah, Alex and I have the the Alexa thing in our room. Sometimes it's like, play ocean sounds. and we pretend we don't live in like a stinky, gross part of the city. Mary says, when I was a kid, we had lilac bushes. We would watch the sunset, paint the sky, and play by the bushes. Also, the sound of a babbling brook brings peace. I can tell you're an author because of how you even write your comments. Like, I'm like, oh, what a lovely comment to read. Like the way watching the sunset paint the sky, like amazing. I love it.
In heaven. That sounds beautiful. Reference to lilacs. That's really interesting. I love that.
Jen says, my sister knew I was pregnant 3,000 miles apart. She had morning sickness. My mom, she knew she was pregnant with me because she had tequila and had to throw up right away. And I guess that happened with my older brother too. She was like, oh, I know what this is. I'm glad she didn't keep drinking tequila. I hope she didn't.
Well.
Mary says, for my artist date this week, I think I am going to the botanical gardens with a coffee to sit by the water and write. Sounds lovely.
So nice.
Kristen says, my sacred space is sitting in a church sanctuary and with candlelight vigiling and sharing what we fear and hope for. Yeah, I mean, well, isn't that such like a liberating thing, like where you can really just like pour your heart out? I mean, I think like so much of it's just my thoughts, by the way, but I think so much of like what holds us back is like our own resistance, like our own, our fear of like actually feeling the things that we need to feel and, going through the things that we know are happening. And, however it shows up for you, whether, it's faith or some sort of practice or something like that. I think it's really nice when you can find something that enables you to actually, open up in that way and allow these things to come up and through you. And, especially when there's others involved and others with you in that process. Like, I mean, there's a reason like humans have evolved in community the way that we have. And it's one of my favorite things about all this is like, even when I don't want to do Journal Party Live, even when I've had a garbage day and I'm mad or whatever, like I know that I can come and pour my heart out in this community and that like there's not this, there's not judgment that I'm fearing or anything like that. If anything, I find different angles or different ways to look at it or just support. Like even if all it is somebody just holding space for you and bearing witness to what it is that you're experiencing. Like sometimes things suck. Like some things just objectively suck. And like nobody, no words could make it better. But what does make it a little bit better is just somebody like witnessing even what you're going through. And so good or bad, like I think it's really cool that we have this space where we can all, kind of hopefully do that for each other, just bear witness and, support each other when we fall down, help each other get back up. But also like, sometimes things go great. It's okay. Also okay to like come, here with celebration. And like, I hope as things go well for you, you bring that to the group so we can all participate and cheering you on and sharing that joy. But also like, if stuff sucks, like, hey, like, we've all been through it too. Like, we're all here for each other. And I just love that so much. Gabby says, you need to come visit SeaWorld. How do we feel about SeaWorld? Are we allowed to like SeaWorld?
It's a personal choice, that's for sure. I haven't been in years. Have you ever been to...
I don't think I've ever been.
Not to the San Diego or the Orlando. Is there any?
No. Oh, there. I haven't done SeaWorld. There was a thing called like Miami Seaquarium that I went to when I was like a little kid, and I think there's some picture somewhere where I'm like 3 maybe, and a seal popped up and smooched me right on the lips, and someone got it on camera. No, I haven't been to the SeaWorld. I haven't been to the Lego World out here. I haven't been to Knott's Berry Farm out here. I've been slacking on my theme park adventures. So
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe something. I know you're not one for rides, so I'll have to find someone else to go. Geeky Witch says, OMG, is it Jean or Jean Nate? I don't know. Just the name brings back the scent. What is the scent?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with it, Alex?
I am not familiar. I love a good scent and perfume and cologne. I am not familiar.
Oh my gosh. So for Christmas, Alex got me like a gift card to, what is it called? Lucky Scent, or what is it?
I think it's called Lucky Scent.
And you should have seen us in this hall of different like bespoke perfumes and colognes, just like smelling everything. Like, wow, we don't like that. Oh, that's nice. Like trying to be connoisseurs and like fit in this place. Like I've never felt so much like a fish out of water, I think, in my entire life. Although, we did find some really, really cool scents, and I feel like I kind of have. I'll have a better idea next time I go in.
A fun story. You know me, I enjoy paranormal things, and my mom, my sister, and I were in Arkansas, which is where my great-grandmother is from. We were staying at a supposedly haunted hotel, and the bartender was telling us all about the crazy things that happen, in the hotel. And, when we went down to go to bed, my sister and I walked into our hotel room, and the whole room was filled with the smell of my great-grandmother's rose perfume. Very, very distinct rose perfume, again, was sent immediately. We both looked at each other, and it was like, oh my gosh, what is going on in here? And it dissipated in like less than a minute, but it was just incredible to walk in and just a wave of our great-grandmother like in our face. It was quite crazy. So
is it a nice smelling perfume?
Yeah, it was lovely, but it's such a distinct rose scented perfume.
Oh yeah.
To encompass the whole room and then dissipate in like a minute was just
wow.
insane.
And that's how you all kind of knew, like that was like part of
we
her
looked
essence.
at each other. We both knew it's one of those scents where it's so tied to like that memory that it just immediately hits you, and there's no denying it. It's like that is the scent of our great grandmother. So cool. I just thought it was cool.
That is super cool. It just got me thinking I'm glad it's like a perfume or something. Like I know some people whose like scent ghost is like a fart or something. So there was some stinky people. But a beautiful person can come back as a beautiful, beautiful scent. All right, we had a couple of people having to bail here, and you know what? It means we're getting pretty close here. Oh, here we go. It's pronounced Jean Nate. Well, so I learned something today. Wrote that down. Maybe we'll go hunting for that smell, just because I need to know what it is. I feel like, I grew up in the 80s for half of it, I guess. So like maybe I've smelled it. I don't know. I'm curious if it seems familiar to me. Kathy says, well, not just a perfume, but an after bath splash lotion. Okay. Cool. Well, we'll definitely try to check it out. But I guess we're getting up to the hour here. So I think it's probably time that we call it. Folks, it's been another wonderful session. It's been awesome hanging out with you and journaling with you again. Thank you so much for journaling with us week in, week out. And do let us know if there's anything that you want to journal about in the future. Selfishly, I kind of write programs that, help me and mine. But you guys are mine, my people at this point. So, I want let me know, send me an email, alex@journalparty.com, if there's anything, any programs that you feel like you could, if something you're working through, something you want to journal through or whatever. I'm happy to oblige. And stay tuned, because we obviously have been showing off some of the app. We've got some really cool stuff coming down the pipe. I've started testing it, so slowly but surely we're gonna get that out. We've got the deadline this month though, so stay tuned. And I think you're gonna absolutely love some of the things that we've put inside of the new app. All right, everyone. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening.